Well done, good boy. And if he's in a good mood, I also get the odd greeting, flip a shake. Oops, carefully, he fell off, flip a shake. Mwah, and a kiss, thank you, most kind. Now, Merlin here is a sea lion. He is not a seal. The species we keep here is the California sea lion. So as the name suggests, the main population found in California, but they can be seen as far north as Canada and as far south the Gulf of Mexico. So they do cope with our climate really well. Now, people often come to our show calling these animals seals. That's because a seal is a sea lion's cousin, so they're very similar at a glance. So to help you tell the two apart, me and Merlin are going to show you 3 differences to look out for. Now, the first one isn't the easiest to see, it's the animal's ears. So sea lions like Merlin here have little ears that stick out from the side of the head. So where my finger's going, good boy, that's his little ear there, good boy. So if you can see a tiny ear sticking out, it's a sea lion. A seal's ear is just a small hole in the side of the head. So if you can see an ear sticking out, sea lion. If you can't see one, it's a seal. Another difference, more obvious, is the front flippers. So Merlin's front flipper is about the whole length of my whole arm, and that's because sea lions swim with these front flippers, and they swim in a sweeping action. Seals swim with their back flippers rather than their front ones, and they swish them from side to side. So a seal's front flippers only grow about as big as a human hand. So quite a big size difference if we compare my hand to his front flipper. And that leads on to the most obvious difference. That's how they move on land. So watch Merlin as he walks around. This is how a sea lion gets around. He can walk on all fours, he can run, he can jump, he can climb. His 2 front flippers bending in the middle, acting like individual walking limbs, whilst the back ones tuck under the body, lifting his entire body up off the ground. Now, even though he moves quite quickly, he obviously kind of appears clumsy on occasion. They do slip, trip, fall. It's a slippy stage. I sometimes slip around too, hopefully not today. Now, a seal, on the other hand, because their front flippers are so small, they can't stand or walk like a sea lion can. So you might be thinking, how is she going to show a seal on land when there isn't a seal here? Well, we've solved that problem. Merlin's learned to do an impression. And considering he's never met one, it's pretty convincing. So Merlin, show everyone your impression of a seal on land. Yeah, seals, they can't stand or walk. All they can do is wriggle around on their bellies like giant caterpillars because they haven't got the size or the power in the front flippers to stand. A fantastic impression there, well done, good boy. Now, another thing that a sea lion can do but a seal can't do is a bit of gymnastics. Now, because sea lions, all their muscle is in the chest and the shoulder area, Merlin here, despite him weighing 120 kilos, last time we weighed him, he can basically support all that body weight on his 2 front flippers. Now, in human terms, we call it a handstand, but we're talking about a sea lion doing it, so we call it a front flipper stand, okay? So Merlin, you wait there. You ready to show everyone how strong you are, yeah? Ready? Point those toes. Beautiful. Well done. Good boy. That was fantastic. Well done. Now, the next thing we're going to show you guys is Merlin's catching skills. Now, obviously, the fish that we feed him is real easy to catch because we've just defrosted it and or chopped it up in this case. So to show you how good his eye and muscle coordination is, we're going to get him to catch some hoops. Now, obviously, these animals naturally catch fish in the mouth, like so, but these hoops are going to go over his head. Now, when we first taught him this activity, he did try to catch them in his mouth, but he now understands they don't go in the mouth, they go over the head. So the idea is I can throw him wherever I like, he can strike out that lovely long neck in order to make the catch. If he gets this last one, you guys know what to do? Wow, look at that. 5 out of 5 there, Merlin. Well done, good boy. I'll have those back. Now, a big part of our job is preventing our sea lions from getting bored. So by teaching them these activities, no matter how silly or simple they may look, it's known as enrichment. If we weren't to enrich the animals' lives and we just left them swimming around the pool all day, they'd get bored quite quickly. If boredom sets in, then behavioural problems soon develop. Now, I've stuck with the hoops because we're going to do it again, but this time I'm going to make it trickier for him. So when I'm doing this now, I'm going to flip the hoops. So he's got to adjust his head at just the last second in order to make the catch. So on occasions he does drop or miss a hoop, it ends up on the floor or in the pool. And if he was to make a mistake, lots of people think we punish our animals and that's how they learn. We don't punish them. Punishment doesn't work because all the animal learns from that is that you're not a very nice person. So next time I approached Merlin after punishing him, he would either run away, swim away. If then he couldn't do that, he would turn around and bite me. So if they do make mistakes, we never punish. We simply practice more, because practice makes perfect. Look at that. Well done, Merlin. That was brilliant catching skills from you. Good boy. Now, sea lions are brilliant at catching because they have binocular vision. Binocular vision is basically the same as what you and I have. It is two eyes that face forwards, which means they can judge distance and speed really well. Now, the next thing we're going to show you is an activity commonly seen in sea lion shows, and it's a great one to teach the animals. If I can get it out the barrel, that is, because it's stuck. There we go. Is a bit of balancing. So it took Merlin here 2 years to perfect this skill in its most simple form, which is us going up to the animals and trying to place it on their nose and getting to hold it there. But Merlin doesn't need that from me anymore because he's had plenty of practice at this. He's learned to do this instead. Are you ready, Merlin? Catch that. Look at that. He can catch the ball on his nose. Whoa. Now, he's always a bit wobbly, and lots of people do ask us, how long does it take you to train your sea lions? Well, there's no answer because each sea lion is different. Like I said, 2 years for Merlin to perfect this. He's still perfecting the ball catch, as you can see, because he's moving around a lot. And it took his best mate Marvin, who's 21, 2 months to pick up balancing a ball. It took Clive, our big alpha male, who's turned 27 last month. He's retired from shows now as Clive, and we tried teaching him this skill as well for 25 years. Clive hasn't got a clue how to balance. He never has, but it kept him occupied trying. And little Matteo, who's over in the corner pool, he's just 3 years old. He can hold the basketball for about 5, maybe 10 seconds on a good day. Now you can see that Merlin's getting control of the ball now, and it looks like he's almost sat motionless, but he is moving his head in very tiny adjustments to basically stop the ball from falling off. And he could easily sit all day and do that, but Merlin, can I have that bat? That was a fantastic balance from you. Good boy, well done. And like with any activity, what we like to do, of course, like we did with the hoops, is we like to make it more challenging for the animals. So what we're going to do with the balancing is we can either stick with the basketball or we can change the ball to this ball. So I've got an American football now, very different shape to the basketball. And firstly, what we're going to do is prove to you guys when a sea lion's balancing, because all of you guys believe it, I know some of you out there do, is that when a sea lion's balancing, it's watching the ball. It's not true, okay? So Merlin, prove it's not true by getting that ball from the pool. So if Merlin was watching the ball, he couldn't do this. He couldn't swim, let alone balance if he was watching the ball. He's actually using his whiskers to balance. Now the whiskers around his nose aren't strong enough to hold or move the ball. What they're doing is feeling the ball. So any time that ball's trying to roll off Merlin's nose, he feels it touch his whiskers and then he moves his head in response. Give him a clap for that, guys. That was really good. Well done. Now, obviously, these animals have whiskers around the nose for a reason, and it's not to do a balance like this in the wild. They've got far better things to use those whiskers for, and that is to help them find and catch fish. When fish swim, they move their tail from side to side. That creates ripples in the water, which those whiskers can detect, even in a strong current, helping a sea lion find fish when it can't see its prey. For example, the water's really dark and murky, or if the sea lion was to go blind. Along with seals and sea lions are one of the rare mammals that can survive sometimes up to a year or more if they go blind. And it's thanks to those whiskers that they are able to do this. Now that was another fantastic balance from you, Merlin, so thank you very much. Good boy. Now, some of the things we teach our sea lions are for their benefit rather than our own. For example, if I need to check Merlin's teeth because he can't tell me he's got toothache, I don't need to pull or force his jaws apart in any way because that's not nice for him, and also I could risk getting bitten. Merlin, you're far too excited. Can you just sit still? So in order for me to get him to open his mouth, I just need to give him a hand signal, okay? So the hand signal is basically me getting my finger and putting on his chin. So open up and say, ah, lovely. So because we've trained Merlin to do that, when the vet pays a visit, he can ask Merlin to do the same thing. He'll open his mouth up for the vet, making it easier for the vet when he pays a visit. And also, it makes it less stressful for the animals because they're not having to be trapped in a small cage, good boy, or a small area in order for the vet to get close to them. Now, another thing that we do as well, and Merlin loves doing this part, I don't because it's kind of gross, and that is we've taught all our sea lions to blow their nose. Okay, so normally I'd have a sample dish, I'd hold it in my hand, put it on his nose, and he produces a sample. I've forgotten that sample dish, so all I've got to use is my hand. Yeah, are you ready? On the count of 3, Merlin. 1, 2, 3, blow! Oh, that was disgusting. Blah. Now, the reason why we teach them that is because these animals can suffer from breathing problems in the nose and the throat. So by taking a sample of breath, or putting it less politely, kids, a snot sample from the sea lions, we can send it off to the lab. They can test it for any nasty bugs or bacteria, anything that's present. Well, with the help of our vets, we can treat our animals with the correct medication. Now, Merlin's going to show off something that he's really good at, and he loves to do this. So Merlin, can you get in your starting position, which is there in the corner, okay? Stop following me, wait there. Now, what Merlin's going to do is a backward somersault in the middle of the pool, demonstrating the speed and flexibility of these animals, of which they can reach top speed swimming about 12 to 15 miles an hour. With one big sweep of the front flippers, they can glide for 100 meters, and thanks to their long and flexible spine, they can twist and turn the blink of an eye, okay? So this is pretty fast, so don't blink or you will miss it. Are you ready, Merlin? Here he comes, looping through the air. A fantastic demonstration of flexibility and speed. Give yourself a clap for that, Merlin. Well done. Now, Merlin's going to do one final thing for us to bring the show to an end, and that is the grand finale, the high ball jump. Now, me and Merlin haven't had a chance for practice, so if he misses, but makes a good effort for that high ball up there, yeah, I want you guys to give him a cheer just for trying. If he hits it, though, I want a massive cheer, okay? Because we've had no practice this morning. Now, Merlin also requires a run-up for this to help him, so I need to take him to the back of the arena. But before I do that, a little bit about the end of the show. So, of course, you'll be heading out of that gate on your right. If you can leave row by row, it means we can keep you guys socially distanced. That would be great. Of course, if you've got push chairs, you can go get them. And then what we're doing on our way out is for just £5 per person, you can have a photograph with Marvin, one of our other sea lions. You get a sea lion poster as well. And you guys take your own photographs, so you can take as many as you like, and if you fancy a selfie, you can do that. And all the money, all the proceeds from the poster sales will go back to helping our sea lions here at the show, of which the fish bills have racked up dramatically since lockdown, with you guys not being able to be here and help us out. So we need all the help we can get, and we really appreciate it, don't we, Merlin? Yeah. Now, that's enough chat. We'll get this high ball underway, okay? So I'm going to take him to the back of our arena, and when I shout ready is when you guys need to start counting 3, 2, 1, okay? So Merlin, come with me. Let's go back here. Okay, everyone ready? 3, 2, 1.